Happy Thursday, everybody. This is your girl, CWall, y'all. Woo! Sports is back. Okay? It's back. Sports is back, okay? Y'all. It's getting a little exciting around here with all these sports popping off. Already, I'm just a little bit antsy about everything. But sports is indeed back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give you all a moment to join and to share the show with your DC sports loving family and friends. I got to say what's up to Cameron Mingo. Got to say what's up to my guy, Jeff Peterson. What's up, y'all? Make sure you are definitely sharing the show. Because as you all always know, when is there a dull moment in DC sports? Never. Never, not ever. And today is no different. What's up to my guy, D'Angelo Pope? What's happening? What is going on? Are you all staying safe? Check in and give me a one-word comment on how you are feeling. What's up to my sis Joy? How are y'all feeling? How are y'all doing? Because COVID-19 is still outside, and so we need to make sure you all are doing well and you're staying safe. I always got to do my quick shout out and marketing plug for the Goodwill Gestures initiative that I am so super proud to be a part of. I am collaborating with some awesome folks in the DMV area to provide support for families that are impacted by COVID-19. Now, we definitely have provided support to families who have been negatively impacted that didn't have anything to do with COVID-19 at all. But at any rate, we're trying to help. We are trying to help as much as we can. So if you know of any families that need support, every little bit helps. So please, refer them to me or go to the Goodwill Gestures Facebook group and give your referrals there to the group. Or like I said, I will happily take your referrals as well to those families because every little bit counts. And I see that you all are saying that you're great and that you're chilling. I'm good. I can't complain. Thank you for asking. I can't complain at all. I want everybody, as always, to say what's up to my mama because she watched every show. Say what's up to the queen of CWall, that in being me. So say hello to my mom, everybody. And we're getting ready to get started. Make sure you are sharing the show with your DC sports loving family and friends because, of course, we got a lot to chat about as always. So let's start out. Got to say what's up to my cousin. Hey, girl. Listen, the Nets, last time I checked, right before the show started, they were in the middle of the ninth, and they were still up 6-4 over the Toronto Blue Jays. They haven't had the best start. They're 2-4, but that's all right because they had a horrible, start last year, and I was dragging them every Thursday on the show, and then they turn around and won the World Series. So hey, it's okay. It's totally all right if they're starting out a little slow because we know that they know how to make a comeback, don't they? That's one team that knows how to bounce back. So hopefully they're able to pull out a win this evening. I definitely need to shout out the Nets. As most know by now about the COVID-19 outbreak amongst the Miami Marlins baseball team. And the Nets did vote not to play Miami, not to go to Miami. And I commend them for that. I mean, they're having a real life outbreak. It's like 16 people, counting players and coaches, that have tested positive now for COVID-19. It's just flat out not safe. And it's just not worth it. They're just going to have to postpone. From my understanding, the Marlins were not following the rules. They were not following the protocol. And now this is what is considered an outbreak amongst their team. We definitely want to, now Jeff is saying 19 players, because the last time I saw it was 16. So now they're up to 19. That is most certainly an outbreak. Ain't nobody play them right now. They just gonna have to forget about it. Okay? They just gonna have to, no. We not even, not at all. We not dealing with that at all. So let's just go ahead and tell them go ahead on somewhere, because we're not dealing with them. So kudos to the Nats. It's still very, very early in the season. We want to make sure that our team is staying safe and staying well. So we'll see how it continues to shake out. As Joy says, make sure you all are liking, loving, and sharing the show, you guys, because we always want, if you got some true diehard DC sports fans, then we know for sure we want them included in the discussion, okay? My Mystics. Cameron, where you at? Where my Mystics? What they doing? Let me tell y'all something. The last time I checked, the Mystics, right now they're playing the Seattle Storm. It's in the fourth quarter, but when I checked, they were in the third. It was 71-50, ending out that game. Let me just be very, very, very clear about something regarding my Washington Mystics, okay? They balling, all right? Listen, y'all know how I am. When something isn't right, I'm going to tell you. When something is all the way right, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you when it's all right. I'm going to tell you when it's all wrong. So Seattle trying to make a little bit of a comeback. Okay, I see that. Let me tell you something. Considering that Ariel Atkins is the only starter from last year's starting five, let me tell you something. They look good. Yes, we know that the WNBA season just started. They're just playing their third game right now. I know. I get it. I know. But let me just tell you. Them girls are balling. Aerial Powers, phenomenal. I'm going to say Ariel Atkins again, being the leader who she is, stepping into that true leadership role, because she's the only returning starter from last year's starting five. Maisha Hines-Allen, the girl can play, okay? So I'm so impressed with what we're seeing from the Mystics, because here's the reality. They are the champions. They are the returning champions. I can't say enough about my girl, Emma. Can't ever say enough about Emma. And so I know in press conferences, Emma will say, okay, we don't really care about defending the title. It's not the same team. We're playing hard. We're going to do what we can. But let me tell you something. They are absolutely acting like they want to win again and again. All right? They are awesome. I'm loving absolutely every single thing that I'm seeing. And it's the momentum. It's the fast pace. Huge turnaround. Check out Cameron's comment here about Hines-Allen. Comeback player. Truly comeback player. The girl is balling. You pay attention. Pay attention. And y'all remember, I would tell y'all all the time, I'm a huge, let's be clear about something. If you haven't learned this about me yet, please know something. If it's a competitive sport, I watch it. If it's somewhere where there's a winner and a loser, I watch it. So I watch it all. In the WNBA, they got some ballers for sure. And we are blessed to have quite a few of them on the Washington Mystics. Oh, by the way, reminding you, they are the champions, okay? Check them out. They know what they're doing. Shout out to Coach Tebow. Shout out to Coach Mike Tebow. He's got something good brewing over there. Got something excellent brewing over there. The Caps, they back in action, right? They just had an exhibition game. Looks like John Carlson may have had an awkward fall during last night's exhibition game. Should be back by Saturday. We'll see how he goes. But I think they get ramped up next week. I think they really, truly, they're doing their exhibition games very similar to the NBA. They did some scrimmages ahead of time. So we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. Guess what, y'all? The NBA started tonight. Officially, the NBA restart. And your Washington Wizards, they play tomorrow. They do play tomorrow. Let me talk about this. Because a lot of people have asked, why are the Wizards even playing? So we got to talk about the important NBA playoffs rule change. There has absolutely been a rule change. So here's the rule change, and I don't want to misspeak. So, shout out to the Nats for winning. They held on to it. Thanks for that update, Cameron. Because see, when the games are on while we on the show, I'm like, y'all let me know. I check in a minute before, then I got to clock in with y'all. So we going to keep that moving. Shout out to the Nats. A curly W. Exactly what we need. So, Wizards. Let me just read what it says. Because honestly, sometimes I'm like, I don't know. Basically, they are within 4 games of the 8th seed in the playoffs. So they get to play. They're playing for a shot to actually make the playoffs. So the Wizards, actually, if they want to make the playoffs, they still need to put their best foot forward. Okay? So my whole thing was, even if it's a scrimmage, even in a scrimmage, I didn't really like the scrimmage look and feel. It was cool. But I have to continue to remind myself there's only but so much you can ask for at this time. There's no real leader of the Wizards. All the leaders are not playing in the NBA restart for various reasons. So you have Rui Hachimura, who has basically become that voice, that leader. He's certainly stronger. He's certainly dynamic. And I'm going to be honest with you all. When I sit in on the press conferences after the games, and I'm saying, okay, they're just scrimmages. But I'm going to be honest with y'all, CWall family. It seems a little... The players don't seem happy at all. And it's kind of like, it's just a scrimmage, right? But for them, they lost the game. And what's still so interesting to me is here we are, even in a scrimmage, even when the Wizards are winning, and Scott Brooks still can't coach them to a W. I mean, my goodness. It's not like these other teams. Let's be all very clear about something else, because we got to keep it real. These other teams, their star players aren't playing. So even when the Wizards are leading and they are up, it's really a little concerning that they still can't, in the last few minutes of the game, they can't close it out, even in a scrimmage. And the reason why it's concerning to me is because this is something that we see during the regular season. They can't close a game out. They have the hardest time closing out a game. So, listen. They start tomorrow, and I just say good luck, best of luck to them. I want everyone to stay healthy. Tomorrow, they play the Phoenix Suns at 6 o'clock. You can watch their games on NBC Sports Washington. So make sure you are tuning in whenever you can. And they actually have some cool things I wanted to mention to you all. I think this is important for the fans to know. So the team will be honoring NBA legend Wes Unseld, so they will be honoring him. They'll be wearing a jersey patch for the remainder of the season with his iconic number 41. It'll be blue with a red outline, so be on the lookout for that. As you know, so many of the players throughout the NBA restart are doing their promotion of social justice and all of that. So it's really cool that they're all coming together and doing that. As Cameron just mentioned, we have to say sleep well to Miss Irene Poland. God bless her and all that her family brought to this city with the team. Another good thing, if the fans want to join in on the virtual cheering experience, y'all make sure y'all email membership services so you can actually check it out, Wizards fans. If you want to be a part of the cheering section virtually, now I'm assuming they're doing all of this via Zoom, but if you want to be a part of this, make sure you email membership services at washwizards.com. Make sure you all are email them, because I want to watch the game and say, oh, there go Cameron. Oh, look, there go D'Angelo. I want to be able to say that I know y'all and I see somebody that I know. I got to say what's up to my guy, B-Nod. That's what I'm going to call you. B-Nod. Thank you so much for joining us. So definitely be a part of that. The schedule, tomorrow they kick off against Phoenix. They're 4 o'clock, August 2nd versus Brooklyn at 2, August 3rd against Indiana at 4. So that's going to take you through the next week. I know those are what I like to call senior citizens hours. But hey, they have to do that too because they're all in the bubble. So you know they're going to make the real good teams get to play at prime time. But the Wizards going to take what they can get. You never know. If they play hard, they might get a prime time spot one day. One day. All right. So now, let's check on in with the time that we have left to Washington football. So it's a couple things we can discuss with Washington football. It's a couple different ways we can go with this. We can start with Alex Smith and Reuben Foster starting out the year on the physically unable to perform list. That is the PUP list, PUP. We can start there. We can start with quarterback coach Ken Zampese and the press conference he had today with local media. We can start with some takeaways from that. We could talk Geis, because Sherrod, the originator, had some tremendous articles that we've posted. So we can talk about Geis. We can talk about the cornerback battle. I'm going to let y'all decide where we starting. Are we starting with the PUP list? Are we starting with Coach Zampese? What y'all want to talk about? Geis or the cornerback battle? Where y'all want to go? Where y'all want to go with this? I'm going to let y'all decide. I'm serious, because y'all already know when it comes to me. We can go whichever way you like to go. I'm going to let the viewers make a decision or where you want to go. Hey there, Miss Raynell. She said we're going to start with the PUP list. So let's start there. Because Miss Raynell said we're going to start with the PUP list. You know, I got to say something about Alex. And I know y'all can't stand me talking about Alex, okay? Alex is a walking miracle, okay? He really legit is. And I can't even believe we're having this discussion about anybody clearing him to do anything other than give some advice. But he is. But it's not, we already knew he was going to the PUP list. Come on. I do want to talk about, and y'all, please don't let me forget, I do want to say something. Well, maybe I can say it now. Coach Zampese, who is Washington football's quarterback coach, always still very complimentary of Alex Smith and just his demeanor and his desire to still want to learn more and be a part of the discussion and be a part of the learning. So if nothing else, Alex is such it's the example that is needed for this very young quarterback room. I mean, he's elite. Alex, I done told y'all, I'll get on my Alex soapbox all day long because he's just that great of a leader and of a person and how to be as a human in general and showing true resilience in the face of adversity. So I am delighted that this team has that example of how to act. Because even as him being the veteran that he is never too big. And Coach Zampese said this today, to act like he know everything. That's not him. That's not the guy. He's still asking Coach Zampese, still telling them, what can I do to get better? What should I be learning? What should I be reading? Where's the playbook? What should I be doing? That's huge. Not a pompous attitude, not feeling like I don't need to be in this room or he's above everyone in there, nor does he have a chip on his shoulder because of his injury. That indeed, if he's nowhere else, we happy that he's in the land of the living after what happened to that leg, okay? So we happy that he's here. But the mere fact that these young quarterbacks have him as an example is huge, and it is big. It's necessary. It's necessary, and we all need to be very happy, seriously, that they have an example like Alex Smith in the room, still showing them how you should be after these years of being in the league. And after these years of just being tossed to the side for younger quarterbacks, and he's got to be there. Do I necessarily want to see him play? No, because I would be terrified. I probably wouldn't be able to look. But the role model that he is, hands down, it's needed. And I'm very appreciative and happy that he's there to do that. So we already knew Alex Smith was going to be on the PUP. To Reuben Foster being on the PUP, we have to be clear. Reuben Foster's his leg was tore up. With all the different ACL, MCL tears that they had, it was no joke. I was out there. First day of OTAs, I went to go grab a bottle of water. Next thing I know, I see Reuben Foster coming out on a cart. He is hollering and screaming and crying. I thought he had gotten shot. It was bad. I didn't know what had happened. I was like, oh my gosh, what happened to him? Practice had just started. So to say, okay, still, absolutely, Ms. Raynell, I'm not shocked by it. I'm not shocked because his injury was just that bad. And we know that Reuben Foster has had a history of injuries as well. So he's got to be on the up and up. He's got to be right. He's looking the part. He's doing all of the right things. But if you got to start out on PUP, that's where you got to start. Now, where you're starting on PUP doesn't mean you can come off the PUP list. So hopefully he'll come off the PUP list. But all I'm saying is he on there. And I'm not shocked. If he would have been off of it, I probably would have been more shocked. But if that's where he's starting training camp, that's the best place for him to start to make sure that he's safe and he's well. And I think that's a good thing. I think that's a great thing, actually. Now the lights flickering, y'all. The lights go out because it's storming outside. And we still out here off the COVID quarantine show in the house live. So let's jump to Geis, because I saw a couple of you all say you wanted to chat about Geis. I don't know. What y'all want to say about Geis? Listen, all I can say is, and y'all comment, and I'll try to read those comments, of course, about Darius Geis. I think that Geis has all of the talent in the world. I am with every single person that wants him to have the year I believe he deserves to have after all he done been through with his injury history. Nobody is more disappointed in his injury history than he is. Nobody. Nobody is more disappointed than he is. I promise you that, okay? Can he stay healthy is the conversation that Sherrod stressed in his article. Go and check it out. Got Geis. It's on the page, and it's been circulating all throughout social media. He can't stay healthy. In 2 seasons, maybe 5 full games during the regular season. One thing about a new coaching staff that everybody has to keep in mind, and remember, I was saying this before, if I didn't draft you, if I didn't choose you, then I'm definitely not married to you. And this coaching staff is looking at, they're not married to anybody that they didn't bring in. So keep that in mind. For anybody that they didn't bring in, Geis absolutely have to start strong and stay healthy. Now, look, injuries happen. Sometimes it's just, we don't have any control over that. But another thing that Coach Zampese said today in his press conference is, in this age of COVID, you have to this is a great lesson in trust. They have to trust that the guys are eating right, sleeping right, training right, because they can't be together all the time. They absolutely cannot. I absolutely hope that Geis is doing all of those things, and as well as the other guys as well. But I think it is so critical for him to do whatever he can on his behalf to stay healthy. Because if he has another season where he's not, he may not be a Washington football team member too much longer. And I'm just being real. The running back room is deep. Bryce Love has been cleared finally. Everybody gonna see. It's a lot of great talent. It's a deep bench right there from a running back perspective. So, hey, listen, I'm with everybody that wants to see Geis succeed. I remind anybody any day of the week, no one is more disappointed than Geis is. So, we see the flashes. We absolutely see the flashes, because when he's healthy, he makes his presence known. The challenge is we've only seen him healthy 5 times in 2 seasons. We got to be real about it. We have to be real about that. Absolutely have to be real about it, okay? So in terms of, Cameron is saying, where is that going to leave Adrian Peterson? Let me tell you something. If these young guys ain't learned nothing, and anybody else have learned anything from Adrian Peterson, people keep calling, I think, Adrian Peterson out because of his age. But Adrian Peterson has been the only durable running back that the team has had in the last couple years. The best ability is what? The best ability is what? Availability. And he's available. Sure, he makes mistakes, but AP also shows how resilient he can be, because when he makes a mistake, he's willing to own that mistake, and he's willing to do what needs to be done on the field to make up for that mistake. But we can't just say, in terms of where does that leave AP? Oh, he got a shot. And he has a shot simply because he's been the most durable of them all. He still got a spot. because somewhere along the lines, he has absolutely mastered and understood through his veteran experience what it takes to be durable. And what it takes to train hard, and what it takes to keep your spot. Let's all remember, AP was not in the league when he got here. Okay, but we don't want to get into how he got here, because we know the former left tackle brought him in when Geis got hurt, and he's been showing up every week ever since. He is still one of the first players in the virtual meeting room. He's still one of the first players in the room, one of the last to leave, even in the virtual environment. So he gets a fair shot just because he's the only consistent running back that continues to come to work healthy every day. That's my spiel on AP. Because I can't. So I saw a comment, and forgive me for not remembering who said it. I think it was Joseph Howell. I think we got to see them. I wholeheartedly agree. We have to see you. We cannot continue to be excited about your potential. At some point, we got to see what you can do. I wholeheartedly agree with that statement. Wholeheartedly agree. So that's my spiel. I do want to talk again about Coach Zampese, and then I'm going to let y'all go because it's storming outside. Are y'all still with me? Y'all still with me? Like, love, do whatever you need to do. Let me know y'all still here. Back to Coach Zampese. You know me. Now, those that know me in real life, you know I'm a sucker for a nice person. I'm a sucker for somebody with the right attitude, because I will always say, and I will stick to my guns on this one, the right attitude, well, that's half the battle. You got to bring the right attitude, and then you got to bring exemplary talent. Both of those together, you can go far in life, in anything. Seriously. That's my CWall advice for today, okay? But he has such a great attitude. He's so complimentary of Haskins. He's so complimentary of the quarterback room. He said something very interesting in his press conference earlier today. You know, where basically what they're looking for is low turnover type of deal, right? Big play down the field. So low turnovers, big plays, attack mentality, but don't be silly with it. Is exactly what he said. Attack mentality, but don't be silly with it. And I just appreciated that, because he can say, all right, we want the attack mentality, but don't be silly with it means don't be stupid in CWall's language. Now, that's not what he said. But when I heard that, I said, oh, what he's saying is we want to attack, but don't be stupid is what he's saying, but don't be silly with it. I like that too, because that was verbatim. What he's looking for in the quarterback room: throwing with accuracy, mental toughness, resiliency. Let me tell you something. Mental toughness is huge. We know accuracy is huge, but you have to be mentally tough. You have to be resilient. Resilient is speaking to the ability to make a mistake in game, in a play that could potentially be detrimental, right? And bounce back from it. We saw Patrick Mahomes not have the greatest game of his career in the Super Bowl. He wasn't looking all that great that first half, but somehow they came out the Super Bowl champion. Why? Because he was resilient. The team as a whole resilient. We've seen the greats do it all the time. Resilience is a thing that I really think is coupled with mental toughness. You can already have a talent. You can have a talent. So that's all a part of the accuracy and knowing the language and understanding the playbook and speaking the language and commanding your offense and building that leadership swag, which I truly believe Dwayne Haskins is doing. Mental toughness. I just messed up on this play. I might even turn the ball over. Defense get the ball back. Okay, now what you gonna do? Or you gonna be sad for the rest of the 45 minutes of the game? How we gonna act here? So that's the whole part of being resilient. I was so happy to hear Coach Zampese say accuracy, of course, mental toughness, and then resilience. I was very happy to hear resilience because truthfully, that's a lot of it. You make a mistake, you have to bounce back. You have to respond. You have to recover because we've seen too many great comebacks, right? This quarterback core, they can do it too. They could do it too. I just had to throw that in there. Got me excited. I was like, oh, resilience. Let me write that down. But anyway, y'all, we made it. And it started storming on us. Y'all saw the lights started blinking in. I said, wait a minute. I'm talking to my people. The lights got to stay on. And the lights did stay on. Thank you guys for joining me every week as you always do. Listen, check it out. Make sure you are sharing the show with your DC sports loving family and friends. Sports is back. Sports is back. So as long as sports is back, well, look, even when sports wasn't back, we was here every Thursday, wasn't we, y'all? We was here every Thursday at 7:30, and we was making it do what it do. Hey, Miss Raynell, I'm with you, and I miss you because I'm having a little training camp withdrawals, too. We're supposed to be in the heat, but having a great time watching the Washington football team. But those days will be back at some point. So Joy is already telling y'all, stay safe. Shout out to all the essential workers. Wash your hands. Stay home if you can. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Wear your mask, please. I will see y'all next week. Have a good night.